calculation of assessable income from employment. So as we discussed earlier, there are four different categories of income for tax. First one is income from employment, income from business, income from investment, and income from other sources. Right. In this section, we cover how to calculate assessable income from employment and what are the different types of employee benefits liable to tax. In general terms, we say income from employment, we include only the cash benefit, salary, allowances, and bonuses. So other benefit like vehicle benefit, housing benefit, and any uniforms, and so telephone charges, electricity bill paid by the companies. Normally, we are not taken into consider as a income. Anyhow, as per the amendments of Inland Revenue Act, there are some criterias, right? According to that criteria, we have to consider these benefits like housing benefit, vehicle benefit, telephone, electricity. So this kind of things, even though it is not in terms of market value, not in terms of cash benefit, we have to include as a income. So that's why uh, we have to consider the act for the preparation of income. Right. 4.1 benefits taxable under employment income. Right. Benefits, not only cash benefit, the salary, wages, fee, commission, all these are coming under cash benefit. Right. Other benefits are called coming under non-cash benefits. An employee is liable to pay tax both cash benefit and non-cash benefits. The assessable income of an individual from employment includes all benefits received, whether in cash or otherwise, by such individual in consideration for the services rendered by him during any year of assessment. Here, right, the assessable income of individual from employment include all benefits, right, all benefit received, whether cash or otherwise. It can be in terms of cash or non-cash, any other ways. Individual in consideration for services rendered by him. So employment mean that person provide a services by him during any year of assessment. During any year of assessment. As per the Inland Revenue Act, employment income means first, number one, a position of an individual in an employee of another person. So an employee of another person, not for the company or not for the government. Employee of another person, right? A person is working under any other person. A position of an individual as manager of an entity. Here we call it person, here we call it entity. Sometimes manager of an enterprise, company, manager of a company. And manager also should be treated as an employee. A position of an individual entitling the individual to a fixed or ascertainable remuneration in respect of service performed. So anything he has received from any entity or any individual as a right, that is also could be considered as a remuneration. Therefore, that income is coming under employment income. A public office held by individual. Public office means government office, government job officers, right? A position of an individual to whom any payment is made, right? Position individual whom any payment made or due. Due mean payable by or from an employer, right? Or some employer who gives something to such person, that person is considered as an employee. Who receives any other benefits, right? Any other benefits. He may entitled to get some bonuses, some sort of commission fees. So everything is coming under the benefits. So sometimes a person does not having any other cash benefit, rather he has receiving vehicle benefit, right? Or housing benefit, quarters. So that time he will treated as an employee. A position as a corporation or company, a director. A position as corporation or company director. Also should be company director, right? Company director also is an employee. And right, and mean the employee means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 criteria, and includes a past, right? He is no longer employed, but he has received some sort of benefit from the employer, but he is not working at present. A present employee, he is now working presently. Prospective employment means he is not legally, he is not binded as an employee category. Anyhow, prospective employment. In future, he will may get appointment in that organization or entity, right? So that time he will be the prospective employment. Income from prospective employment. Future employment also treated as income. Employment income. Again, employee means an individual engaged in employment. Employee means an individual engaged in employment. Right. Any payment is received in respect of past or future employment is also considered as employment income. What do you mean by the past employment, future employment? Past employment, example, can you say examples? One example, a person is getting something, is getting some benefits from his previous office. He is no longer an employee, but he is getting some benefits due to past employment. Example, what type of benefits he can get? Can you say some example? One example, past employment. Pension is pension, not EPF, right? EPF. Sometime we'll take EPF claim. No, yeah, good. EPF also we can include as a he has claimed due to his past employment. Very good. This is main account, right? Pension. And the future employment is what? Future employment.
Gratuity.
Gratuity is not gratuity is due is coming from past employment, not from future employment. Future. Any others? A festival advance. No, festival advance. Who is entitled to get festival advance? person is currently working in that office, right? He has some expenditures during the festival season. To accommodate that kind of expenses, the organization will give advance payment. That is not future employment. Future employment means he is not get employment in that office, but anyhow he is getting a benefit. Is it possible? Future allocated bonus by a company? No, no. So I say, right. I will explain. Right. You are the very wonderful student, right? Bold student. So you are very clever. You are performing well, right? In your undergraduate studies, you are performed well, but still you are in university system. The university officials are not permitted to uh, join in a company as a permanent employee. The company has identified you are the clever person. You are more intellectual person. Company needs you, but you are not fall under employment contract, right? And there's an agreement between you and the company saying that end of graduation I will join in your company. Before that they will give you some sort of money in your account. Every month they will pay 20,000, 50,000, right? As a scholarship or in other means. But anyhow, end of your degree program you have to join in that company, right? So this is the example for future employment. You are not currently an employer. Anyhow, you will get employment opportunity from that company, right? Due to this arrangement, you are getting some sort of income, right? So that kind of income payment also should be treated as employment income. Clear? Please respond. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Cash benefits. Right? Employment income should be allocated on cash benefit. Right? Cash benefits. Payment of salary. Right? Salary, wages, salary, wages, leave pay. What do you mean by leave pay? Leave pay. Each and every words are very important. Right? Leave pay. What do you mean by that? Any ideas from you? Any ideas? Leave pay. So there are some officers, they are not working at present. They went abroad for their higher studies, right? Higher studies for 3 years or 5 years or 6 months, whatsoever. Is not presently working, but they went abroad, and that period they are getting their salary to the account, right? So leave pay, even though they are on training or they are on study leave, they are getting salary, right? Menaka says leave pay means left the job, companies will pay 3 month payment. Not that one. That is called loss of office. So we'll include it later, right? Leave pay, overtime pay, overtime. Normally standard working hours. How many hours per day? Standard hours, 8 hours per day. If an employee works more than 8 hours, he entitled to get overtime, right? Overtime, good. And fees, fee mean what? What do you mean by fees? Please. What do you mean by fees? If you are getting service from a doctor, do you pay salary or wage or fees? Hmm? Please respond. Fees. If you consult a consult you pay not salary, you pay fees. If you consult doctor or engineer or an architect, a consultant, you charge, you pay fees. Fees, right? Pension, you know what do you mean by pension? And commissions, what do you mean by commission? We have done some brokerages, right? Then you will get commission from the contractor. You are getting from a commission from salesperson, sales commission. If you are a sales rep for your sales, you will get commission, right? And gratuity, when you leave office after 5 years of service, you will get uh, you are entitled to get gratuity. So how many years should a person work at least to get gratuities? How many years minimum? Bonus, you are work hard for the betterment of the company. Due to that, the company earns a big amount of income, right? So big amount of profit. So you because of your hard work, uh, they have realized profit, a big profit. So government happily give you a portion of profit for employees. So that is coming under the bonus. And other similar payment. If there are any other payments, uh, all that should be considered as a benefits. When you look at these, all of these are a cash benefit or non-cash benefit. Cash benefit or non-cash. If all are cash benefit in form of cash, right? In form of cash. And payment of personal allowances, including cost of living, subsistence, rent, entertainment allowance, or traveling allowance. Right? Payment for personal allowance, including cost of living. Right? When you see the salary slip of a government employee, you can find allowance, cost of living allowance. Cost of living allowance, how much? Cost of living allowance in at present now in Sri Lanka, how much? 7,800. Subsistence. Subsistence mean, uh, can you say one example? Subsistence. Can you say some example? Subsistence mean, for example, you are working in soap manufacturing company, say Lux, right? What's the market price of Lux? Lux soap market price? How much? Please respond. Market price of Lux, how much? Aruni MS32. How much Lux? MS32, 60 rupees. Menaka only responded. Others, Aruni, how much lakhs of government fertilizer subsistence is not, we are not treat that subsistence as income for employment, right? That's a common general subsistence. Right, to explain the meaning of subsistence under the employment income, I will tell you. So what is how much uh, price of lakhs? It's 60 rupees. Right. You are an employee, right? You are an employee. Due to that, the Lux company gives that soap only for 20 rupees. You are getting the soap for 20 rupees. So you are getting this benefit due to employment, right? You are getting that subsistence due to the employment. So what is the market value of subsistence? What is the market value of the benefit you are getting due to the subsistence? How much? Market price is 60. You are getting the soap for 20. 12, 40 rupees. MS12 replied 40 rupees. Yes. If you are getting 1000 soaps for 20 rupees, you are getting 40,000 as a benefit. A rent, right? A rent. Sometimes uh, you are outstation, right? You are working in Colombo. Your hometown is Trincomalee, and the company give you a quarters. The company uh, you have rented a house, the rent is paid by the company, right? So that also, if company pays rent on behalf of you to the house owner, so that amount also should be treated as a rent income. Entertainment mean we can find some organizations every year, once in every year, they have arranged a family trip for all employees. So spend some days in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, or at least Novelia, right, Peradeniya. So this kind of entertainment also should be treated as allowances and entertainment, right, as income. And travel allowance, travel, you go somewhere else, right, somewhere else for your personal purpose, and company give you some travel arrangement or traveling allowance, that also should be included as income from employment, right? Then payments providing discharge or reimbursement of expenses incurred by individual or an associate of an individual. However, if such discharge or reimbursement of expenses incurred by individual on behalf of employer is not subject to tax, right? Did you understand? What do you mean by reimbursement? Reimbursement mean what? Reimbursement. Reimbursement. Giving back. No, company gives money that we spend. Yeah. Sivasankar says correctly. Uh, right. Company give money that we spent. So it's not an exact answer, right? Answer is correct, but it's not exact answer. Reimbursement. I will explain through a scenario that uh, petty case, yes. Sivasankar, petty case, like petty case, yes, that's correct. Example. Claim some payments. No, that is not. Reimbursement mean, right. you are a manager, right? You are a manager in a company. Audit comes. Audit has visited in your office. Audit has visit you in your company. So you are treat them. You have give them lunch. You have arranged them a good lunch, nice dinner, right? That time accountant was absent. Oh, accountant is available in the office, but instantly you can't get money from that office, right? What you do is you you purchase lunch in your own money, not company's money, right? You purchase lunch, you have spent it some amount of money for the audit people, right? Say for example, he has spent 10,000 rupees for lunch. Does this 10,000 is company expenditure or his personal expenditure? Is 10,000 expenditure for company or his personal? Is for the company. On behalf of company, he has spent that money 10,000. Then after audit goes, he submit the bills to the accountant, and accountant repay that money to the manager, right? Is that 10,000 is income or not? He already paid. He has paid in advance, and finally they submit the bill and take that money he has spent on behalf of the company. So thus the payment made by accountant to company manager is income or not? It is not income. It is not income. Who says? Savisanga says, yeah, MS12, yeah. We cannot treat this reimbursement as income, right? Reimbursement of expenses incurred by individual on behalf of the employer, not subject to tax, right? On behalf of employer, right? The manager has spent that 10,000 on behalf of the employer. Therefore, we cannot treat that 10,000 as income to the manager. Payment for individuals agreement to condition of employment. Payment for individuals agreement to condition of employment, right? And payment for redundancy or loss of termination of employment, right? Payment for redundant or loss of termination. Loss of termination. What do you mean by loss of termination? Loss of office. Right? Earlier, one person said, "Oh, this is." Miss Menaka MS11, she told leave pay means left their job, company should pay 3 months salary, 3 month payment. So that is loss of termination, right? A person work in an office, right? The company wanted to terminate his employment. In that time, they will give them 3 months salary as a final salary, right? For what purpose? For what purpose? He takes at least 3 months now to find another job to survive. They will, they will, uh, and also sometimes that employee will go to the labor court, right? Labor court. The terminated employee, affected employee will be file a case in the labor court. That time At that time, the company may face a lot of issues. Uh, so therefore, to avoid that kind of bad circumstances, they are giving a sort of amount to that employee. That amount also should be treated as income from his employment. Payment or transfer to another person. Payment or transfer to another person for the benefit of an individual or an associate person. Right. It is very important. Payment or transfer. You assume payment. Payment to another person. Right. Payment to another person for the benefit of individual or an associate person of an individual. Right. What do you mean by that? Payment to another person to benefit of individual or associate. What do you mean by that? Right? Payment or transfer to another person for the benefit of the individual or an associate person. It is very simple. Right? It is very simple. For example, you are an employee in XYZ company. You are an employee of XYZ company. Right? Your child studied in an international school, and for that school you have to pay monthly 15,000 as school fees. You have to pay monthly 15,000 as school fees, monthly school fees. On behalf of you, the company pays that school fees, right? The company pays that school fee to the school. You are not paid. You are not paid. On behalf of you, the company has paid that 15,000 to school. Understand very clearly. The company is not give that money to your pocket, in your hand. Rather, without giving the money in your hand, the company is paid directly to the school, right? So that is also should be treated as income. So why company pays that 15,000 to school? Due to what? You are an employee. You are an employee. Therefore, the company agrees to pay that amount on behalf of you. Or sometime you may uh, get sick. You may get sick, and you are hospitalized. You have admitted to the private hospital, say Navaloka Hospital, right? And the hospital charge is 1 million. Hospital charge is 1 million, right? You have to pay that amount to the Navaloka Hospital. But due to you are being an employee of an organization XYZ Limited, the XYZ Limited settled that bill at Navaloka Hospital. The company is not paid the money to you, but the company pays that bill at Navaloka Hospital. Right? This time, this amount also, this 1 million amount should be treated as income. Right? Should be treated as income. Right? And there's a difference in what is associate person, what is relative. So it's up to you, right? And other payments including gift received in respect of employment. Gift. A gift, is that part of employment income or not? Gift. Say, assume that you are PHI, right? Public Health Inspector. You go for inspection in the market. You will get a lot of gift by the merchant in the market. Is that income or not? Is that gift income or not? Income. Yes, Menaka replied as income. Menaka replied as income, right? Income. And police officer, motor traffic, right? Someone comes without helmet, without license. A police officer catched him. He gave 1,000 rupees to that policeman. Is that is 1,000 rupees income to the police officer or not? That is income. That is income. Gift, no? It's a gift. It's not a bribery. It's a gift. He's entitled to pay tax on that income, right? The student should note that any benefit received, such as gift, is taxable if it is received only in respect of the employment. In respect of employment, right? The same officer has got merit. The same police officer has got merit. Many people, the relatives, give them a gift on his wedding. Is that income or not? Is that income or not? Legal or not legal is not a matter. Once a person, an employee, gets any gift from any other persons because of his employment, that is income. That's a rule. So in your wedding function, some people's, your relatives, your friends come and wish you, and they have given you a lot of gifts. Those gifts are not income, right? Those gifts are not income, not income, right? You have to have a clear understanding on this. And as per the act, payment. Payment means the conferring of a value or benefit in any form by one person to another person includes the transfer of money, right? So it's not much, it's up to you. You can read and understand. For example, if an employee has taken a loan from a bank, then he is required to make the payment to the bank. However, his employer has made the repayment directly to the bank instead of paying the salary to him. It's considered as a payment made to the employee, and it is the income from employment, right? Right. Any questions up to now? Any questions? What about strategic management? Our lectures going on. Please respond. No. Zoom class? Have you done a discussion with her? Have you discussed with her regarding this issue? So seventh week, no? Almost mid-semester. Still, how many lectures taken by her? How many lectures done by Saranya Miss? Oh, not yet started. Okay, I will ask him. I will ask her what is the plan. Okay, I will share the attendance link. Thanks.